Should we start? Okay. So please open the newspaper. On the first page, we see this news on biofortification of potatoes. Yes, you should just have a brief idea about what is this fortification process. Okay, so you should have a brief idea about fortification process. Just know what is it. Any idea? Fortification, have you ever heard about it? In biotechnology. Okay. What else? Okay. So simply, why do we do this kind of fortification is the one important thing. Nutrition. Okay, very good. There's one problem that we call as hidden hunger. Normally, if you see India of 1947, we were facing a problem that we call as hunger. We had very poor population in India living at that time. Today also we have poor population, but we still have many people who are in a well-to-do condition. But the time of 1947, we can see like India was very similar to what we see in African countries right now. That time, hunger was a major challenge. Ensuring that people get the basic food at least, that was a major problem. Then we worked hard, we did many things, Green Revolution, this PDS system, all those things, and we resolved that crisis or that issue to some extent. Now we are going ahead and looking at this thing wherein something called as hidden hunger comes into picture. So you're giving food to people, at least through the PDS system. We give rice, wheat, pulses, those basic stuffs we are in a position to supply to every person in India. Now, even if you provide these things, our body needs nutrients, and when it comes to nutrients, you can't get all the nutrients from wheat and rice only, right? When you say your body needs nutrition, it needs some nutrients. Those nutrients will be of different types. Some are called macronutrients, some are called micronutrients. Macro means those which you need in high quantity, right? Like carbohydrates, you can say. You need more carbohydrates. That's why you're eating rice or wheat or these things, right? But there are some nutrients which we call as micronutrients, which you need in smaller quantity, but you need them, right? For example, vitamins, some minerals. Let's say you need iron, right? You need iodine. You need vitamin A, vitamin B, all these things, right? Now just imagine a person who is getting the basic food but not getting these micronutrients in the right quantity. We are looking at such a person and calling him that he is suffering from hidden hunger. When you see from outside, it seems he is not hungry. We have ensured that his problem of hunger is solved. But there is hidden hunger in terms of micronutrient deficiency. Is it making sense? Yes? Now to solve this issue, one of the solution is the process of fortification. So in the fortification, what will happen? Let's say we have this food processing unit. In that food processing unit, we will try to add any new micronutrient in that package. Let's say I have an industry of, let's say, salt. Okay, we people are making salt. We are living in Gujarat on the coastal area, and there we are started making salt and all. Now when we are processing that salt, all that processing part, in that process, if we also add some iodine in that salt, then your salt will become iodized. When you eat that salt or use it in your cooking and all, you automatically get those micronutrients. That's the process of fortification. When you enhance the quality of something, that is called as fortification, fortify. Okay. Now here, it could be done in traditional manner, it could be done using the biotechnology, the genetic engineering, etc. Right now, when we are talking about this potato, that from Peru, we are going to bring this potato in India. And it will be biofortified with iron and vitamin A. Okay, they're saying we will make one potato, okay, and this we will give to farmers. They will use that same potato and grow so many potatoes. Now you don't need to do fortification in the food processing unit again and again over here, right? because already this potato is ready, and now whichever new potatoes will come out from your agricultural units, automatically they will have these micronutrients present in it. That's why we are using the term biofortification, because we're using the same biological process over here. Clear? So just have a brief idea that this is something happening. If we do not do this, what would be the consequences? There will be this hidden hunger. When micronutrients are not present in the right quantity in your body, then the growth of your body will not be in the right way. Some people have, let's say, if we compare their age, by that age their height has not reached to that extent. Let's say you're 18 or 19 or let's say 15, it is expected your height should be this much, considering the average. Okay, we'll not compare with Britishers and all. Okay, so average over here, but your height is like this, so maybe there is some nutritional damage or some deficiencies there, right? There is stunting, or sometimes the development of your brain. For that also you need some nutrients. So overall there will be many problems, and we call it this problem of hidden hunger. Clear? It is still a problem in the entire world, hidden hunger. Okay, any doubt? Yes, no doubt. That we need to ask to scientists, how do they do that exactly? Even I don't know how do they do that, but they do it. I don't know. We can just imagine in simplest manner that there is some rice and there is some solution over here. They're putting this solution like this. This is how I imagine. But in reality, how they do it, I don't know. Okay, we just know the basics that yes, they're fortifying. As I said, it could be done using genetic engineering. Okay, there won't be any injection. There will be a long process when we make changes in the DNAs and all. Or there could be an easy way also, like adding some chemical and all directly. Okay? Done? Doubt? No? Okay. Moving ahead, do you see any other article important? You never find anything important, yes? Yes, important for biotechnology you can say, but overall also you can just understand this is actually more than it is about technology, it is more about the social problem, the problem that is present. So it is more important, I find, for GS2 rather than GS3. Yes, not Indian society, GS2, social justice part or the governance part. Okay. Then next, this editorial, not so important, but just have a brief idea about it, what kind of discussion they are making. Okay, it's like you will get 1 or 2 lines to write in the answers, some good lines or some good arguments. So they're talking about something called as right to repair and right to remember. Just focus on the first part, right to repair. Repair what? Let's say you're using mobile phones or any devices, right? So I bought a mobile phone from a particular company, and let's say it is broken or some problem is there. I have to reach out to the service center of the same company. Yes, then they'll say the parts are very expensive and I have no other option, I'll have to buy it from them only. Let's say I'm buying a battery, I'm buying something to repair it. Anything when I'm asking for, the company has monopoly over that repairing part. What the companies do, if there is some problem with the phone, how to repair it, that manual is already there with the company, right? When you reach out to the service center, the person in charge over there who is going to repair your phone, he has access to those manuals, how to do it and all. The company is not publishing it. So you people, even if you want to repair at home, or let's say get it done from a local repair person, you can't get it done because of the monopoly established by that company, right? So here people are saying we should have this right with us. We will decide whether to go to a local serviceman or we'll do it on our own. If we know the manual, we can read how to do it and we'll do it at our home. Let's say some software related issues, any issue, just imagine overall. When we are saying repair, it could be hardware, software, any kind of issue. And regarding any particular device. So they are just talking about this monopoly which is established, which gives power in the hands of the company. So here people want this power to be there with the customers or people. That's what they call as right to repair. Okay, and this year only, even government proposed that we should have this right to repair in India. Indian government proposed this thing. Okay, obviously companies will not like it, that's a different case, but at least government is talking about it. So now this madam, I don't know who is she, researcher in human computer programming or what. So she is saying we also need something else, not just right to repair, we need this right to remember. Remember what? You have your phone, in that phone you have so much of your data, photos, videos, documents, so many things, right? And let's say this phone is broken, all the data is gone, right? Or let's say some software issue happened with the phone, something will happen after a few years at least, and all that data is just gone. So now they are saying the customers should have that access to all that data, no matter what happens to the phone or no matter what happens to the device, because that data is important, that memory is important. So right to have access, right to store all that data somewhere, right to access that data, right to delete that data, everything should be there. That choice should be there with the people and not the company. Company will directly say all data is gone. Okay, so they're just saying we should have this data. Again, not so important, just briefly you should know this. Okay, I don't think they'll ask direct question on this. There are so many bigger issues that we need to deal. Why would we spend time on this? Okay. Rape and punishment. Victims of assault must be encouraged to testify without fear. What do you think? Is this important for exam? Huh? Okay, it is important. Yes, it is important. And if you look at the issue, it is like reading between the lines, we say. Something is written, something is behind those lines, which you need to understand. There are so many issues that are going on, but there are some core issues. Core issues with respect to power structure. Whenever someone is very powerful in the society, they do not obey the rules. Right? We say we have rule of law. We don't have a king who is having all the authority, all the power with him. Right? We say we are a democracy. Democracy, demo means people. Krasi, kratos means the rule. That means the power is there with the people. People decided that we will send one monitor, he will take care of it. That monitor is your prime minister or whatever you call it. President. That's the system expected. Now the system expects that everyone should be treated in an equal manner. Everyone should follow the law. Now the problem, especially with respect to countries like India, most of the time is we are called that we are a soft state. We are very soft. Are we soft? Soft not in a good sense, in a very bad sense. Soft means there are some rules. Rules are there. We made the rules. Everything is done. When it comes to implementation, some will follow the rules, some will not follow the rules. And state won't do anything with this. If you're very powerful, you will be like, I don't care what is this traffic signal and all, I'll just go. You're getting the point? So that's this hidden point that is being discussed in this article. Now why this is in news? This is because of this case of this person named Prajwal Revanna. Any idea who is he? Very good. So he's grandson of Devi Gowda, who was Prime Minister of India, right? And he's right now like MP from Karnataka, and some videos of him have got public in which it is clear that he is assaulting women. Okay, some domestic workers working at his home. He's assaulting, and all those videos became public, especially at the time of elections. So was it a conspiracy or what? Even if it is conspiracy, the action was good. It should be made public. Now the point is, whenever we get any such case wherein member of parliament or such personals who are having some authority, some power, when we see that such people getting into some legal issues or they are doing some kind of crime, many a times we have observed that either such cases just keep on going for a very long duration, or some kind of manipulation will take place. If it is a case at very local level, that person will manage everything, right? There won't be any judge, there won't be any person, any prosecution, nothing. KGF. So such things happen. That's very common, right? And when we talk about rule of law, we expect that the law should be equal, should treat equal in the same manner. Means it should be treating equally to every single person, even if you are member of parliament or anything. That's an expectation. So that's why this case came into picture. Then we started talking about another case. This is Prabhunath Singh. He's former MP from Bihar. Now his case is quite famous. Okay, the case was registered against him for double murder. So he killed someone, then someone was talking about this case, he killed that person also. So this is double murder. This is common. And in this case, you see, this case continued almost for 28 years. Already you see the politicians, young politicians' age is somewhere around 40-50. That's the age when this politics as a career starts, right? So just imagine, if 28 years it continues, anyway the person will die by the time there is result. Yes? Now this is a very interesting case wherein justice is delayed. Yes, 28 years, so justice is for sure delayed. But justice is made because this person was convicted in this particular case. So it's not like judiciary gave a wrong decision as such. Decision was right. It was delayed for sure. Okay, that's why this article is in news, that whenever we have such powerful people, such things happen. Okay. Any doubt on this? Look at this, they're talking about. As far as this rape cases are concerned, they say, first thing, there is very low conviction rate when it comes to rape cases. It's not about just a case involving politician, but any case wherein there is incident of rape or any sexual harassment or assault. In that case, we have seen conviction rate is low. First of all, people don't even go and file complaint or FIR as such, right? And later on, the case continues for a long duration. Conviction is rare in these cases. People have some fear. Even the person with whom all these things have happened, the victim, she's also very much concerned about what kind of impact this case will have on my family or people around me, right? The neighbors, the relatives, and they will not talk to these people when they get involved in any such cases. So there is this shame, there is this fear. That is one problem. In this case, delayed justice and poor implementation of laws. Now, when we say poor implementation of laws, specifically we talk about this Criminal Law Amendment Act, which was brought in the year 2013. So in 2012, there was a major incident, after which there was a lot of protest in India with regards to rape incidents. So government said, we are bringing some tough laws, right? That was this Nirbhaya incident I'm talking about. So government said, we are making the strong laws so that we can deal with any such incident later on, or at least we can give the right punishment. So the definition of rape, that was expanded to bring in more people, or the justice could be made in terms of the definition in the law. The punishment was made some little stronger. All those things were made. Even fast track court, all these things. Okay, law is there. Problem is again there with respect to the implementation of law, as we have discussed earlier also, that when it comes to implementation, we are weak, right? That's how we become this soft state. Yes, just remember this incident. Okay, this will give you an idea of, when you understand polity, when you study this one concept of criminalization of politics, you'll understand that how this thing is related with it. That in politics right now, we see criminals entering or already entered. Okay, so just look at the Constituent Assembly and look at the people right now sitting in Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. Look at the data also. How many cases are registered again, how many MPs. So just because good people like you are not in parliament, there are some bad people sitting there. Bad luck. Huh? You are people. Huh? You are people. People means who? You are voting also. So you should board elections next time, right? Member of Parliament from Hyderabad. Okay, done? Clear? Just connect these linkages you should make. Okay. Next, how does World Bank classify countries by income? What do you think it is? Is it really important or just normal? Not so important. Not so important. It is important. Okay. We can say, let's say 1 star, 3 star. At least we should know what World Bank is doing. And income on the basis of income criteria, they are talking about poor countries, rich countries, middle income countries, and where India stands. You should know where India stands at least. Okay. Now see, to classify all the countries around the world in terms of income per capita. Income per capita. Per capita means per person. Okay, it is possible that India as a country is a very rich economy because our GDP is like 3rd or 4th largest in the entire world. But when we see each person earning the amount, if we compare that with any other smaller country, compare with Sri Lanka, Philippines, smaller countries, you'll find drastic difference. It feels bad when if you get to know that Sri Lankan people have better life, then it will feel bad, right? So per capita you have to check. I haven't checked with Sri Lanka although, whether their per capita is better or not, but their social indicators are certainly better even than Kerala. So I'm suspicious about it. Now, when you compare, we have to check per capita so that we can understand the real condition, the real economic condition, rather than looking at the entire unit. Now, what they do, World Bank do, they have something called as Atlas method they use to come up with this data. So firstly, they take the data of GDP. Yes, from GDP, they calculate something called as GNP, you call it, gross national product, or GNI, you can say, gross national income. Okay, simply what happens, when you say GDP, just understand the basic difference. When you say GDP, you calculate the amount of money that is being made or amount of goods and services. Technically, we use these terms, amount of goods and services produced. Amounts of goods and services produced in India, right? So overall, it's like, if I have to remember, I remember like how much money we are making overall. But in India, we said, so in India, Indian is also making money. Indian is also producing some goods, some services. Some foreigners also, with foreign investment, they are also making money. So if I have to see the right numbers, what I'll do is, I'll remove the amount of money these foreigners are making. And there are some people living outside India. Indians living outside India, they are also making some money. So I'll calculate that part to check what Indian nationals are making overall. Okay. When I calculate that, then I reach to this GNI, gross national income. So GDP plus income from residents abroad, residents of India who are living abroad. If they are making, making some good money and sending over here, we'll calculate that. And income sent abroad by foreigners. Foreigners living in India, making money and then sending that money back to their country. When we calculate this way, so GDP is not the right number. Right number is this. Yes, gross national income is the right number. Right? Now we get the right amount of money Indians are making with GNI. Now we'll just divide by population and we'll get to know. Simple. That per person, how much money we are making. Got it? Okay. Now they have calculated. So they say some countries are low income countries, low middle income countries, upper middle countries, and high income countries. And the criteria is this one. This is, you don't need to remember this. $1,145 or whatever. Just look at this overall structure. Where do we stand? That is more important. Now, when we say this low income bracket, less than $1,145. So there we have Somalia, Chad, Afghanistan, these countries. Okay. Then lower middle countries. There we have India, Nigeria, Cambodia. Okay. So if you want to compare India, you have to compare with Nigeria and Cambodia, right? Not China. So China is here, upper middle country. Few years back, obviously China was also part of this, but we were rather bad. We were over here. Okay. So upper middle, China, Brazil, South Africa, BRICS countries. And then high income countries, we have USA, Germany, Japan, such countries. Okay. And they have even showed this mapping. So countries classified by income in 2014 and 2024. So 2014 Modi ji came, so it's a good thing to check whether Modi ji is working or not in terms of improving the per capita income of Indians, right? So just see, they have just made some color combinations, but it seems here little darker, here we are not so dark. So yes, there is some change for sure. So darker one is low income, this is lower middle income, greener is better. So yes, certainly there seems to be some improvement as far as we talk about India. Look at the entire world also. Obviously you don't need to remember this, but you will get a trend. You'll get to know the trend where which countries are standing in terms of per capita income. Not overall we are saying. If we calculate GDP, we are way better than others. Yes? Rich country with poor people? Yes. Okay. Now we said World Bank uses this method called as Atlas method. What is this Atlas method which they use to calculate all this thing? So they take this GNI per capita. Now here they will check the exchange rate of each country. See, if they have to calculate some amount, they need to calculate in one particular currency, right? Now every country has different currency, rupees, dollar, yen, etc., etc. So they have to come to one final thing. So let's say they choose dollar. World Bank is there, so obviously they'll listen to USA, we assume. Now dollar, if they have to reach, again there is a problem, because in each country the rate of inflation is different. Okay, suddenly you will see in India there is inflation, because of which the prices are relatively higher. So that inflation affects your pricing. So the numbers that you will calculate might not be the right numbers because of inflation. So what they do, first of all, they check the exact average of 3 years of exchange rate. First of all, because that exchange rate also varies. Sometimes $1 equal to 80 rupees, sometimes 90, that keeps on changing. So they'll take average of 3 years combined. So they get the right number after calculating average. And then they will adjust it for the inflation. And to adjust it, they make use of this currency that we call as SDR, which you will study in economy in detail. Just briefly understand, they're checking the inflation rate at the SDR level. SDR is a currency used, not currency exactly, but we call it International Currency Unit, used by International Monetary Fund, IMF. So what they did, they took few major currencies of the entire world. Dollar, Euro, Japanese yen, British pound and Chinese yuan. Okay, and they have given some weight, considering the demand and supply of these currencies, they have given some weight to each of these. Okay, and they have kept it together, and now this overall unit becomes one currency altogether. Okay, so in detail you will read in economy, don't worry about it, but just understand World Bank is making use of this thing, this SDR, to calculate this inflation and make all those corrections to reach out to these right numbers. Okay, any doubt on this? Good. So where do we stand? Which middle income country, low income country? Don't get confused, lower middle. So we are in the middle class. Understand like this, we all are middle class. There is some upper middle class and there is this lower middle class. So we are in lower middle class. China is upper middle class and America is rich. Ambani. Okay. Next one. Is this article important? Obviously important. So, China is building a dam. We all know that. Yes, on which river? On Brahmaputra. Now the problem with Brahmaputra is there are so many names given to Brahmaputra. Yes, in Tibet, it is called Yarlung Sangpo. When it enters to Arunachal, the name is Siang or Dihang. Then in Assam, it becomes Brahmaputra. Then it becomes Jamuna after some time. Right? Now what is happening right now? They are building a dam on this Yarlung Sangpo or the same Brahmaputra river. And it is going to be mega dam. It's not a normal dam. It's a mega dam. China claims we are doing this for electricity. Our people need electricity in Tibetan region, so we need this dam. Right? Hidden intents could be to create problems for India. Let's say we have summer. In summer time, already dry areas means we need more water. At that time, they can do one thing: stop the water. Let us make you little more dry. And in the times of monsoon, when we don't need water, then they'll be like, open all the doors. Let there be some floods. Right? Such things they can do if they want to, because this is very near to the border area. And this can create a lot of disasters for India any point of time. And this gives an extra power in the hands of China. This could even be used in the times of war. Yes, and you can't fight on all the fronts. It's a little challenging. Right? So right now what government is saying, because China is doing this, we will build a dam on this river. So there is one dam, let's say this is the border. Okay, let's assume here we have one dam built by China. India is saying we will also build one dam over here. So that if suddenly there is a lot of water coming in, we will stop it there. Or in summer there is possibility they'll not send the water and all. So we will store some water already. So that's Indian government's plan. Government is saying we are also going to build a dam. Now this area is highly ecologically sensitive. And people living over there, the activists in the region, the people living over there, they are protesting against this claim. Some activists are saying government is very smart. Government is smartly using this one incident as part of their narrative to build this dam. Right? They are arguing that there are some other problems which will be created because of this particular dam project that you are planning. So the name of this project is Siang Upper Multi-Purpose Storage Project, and estimated cost is around 2 lakh crore. Now see what will be the impact that the other side is showing because of this dam. First, 27 villages will directly be submerged because of this project. Then 15 lakh members of this particular tribal group, Adi tribe, from Arunachal Pradesh, they will be displaced. Okay, so this displacement is a major problem. Then there will be environmental problems. Those issues will also be there. It is going to be a threat to ecology, forest, etc., etc. What about the displaced people, their life, their livelihood? Okay, so those activists are arguing that in the name of security, you are creating another crisis over here. Getting the point? So that's it about this issue. You should know about this particular tab. Any doubt? And remember these names also of Brahmaputra. They can ask. Prelims. Okay, any doubt? Yes, madam? No doubt? Okay, then thank you so much.
Even if minor